What's up, guys? I forgot to film an intro, but yeah, pretty much while the engine was out, I was waiting on parts, so I just decided to swap the fuse box from a 2014 to a 2016 Plus because it's smaller and I was deleting a lot of fuses and a lot of things from the car, so here's that video now. Alright, so once you have the fuse box out of the surrounding case, I'm just coming in here and taking them all apart. Now, to do it, it's actually really easy. If you look in there, you can, every single one of these pins is held in the same exact way. They all have, if you just come in here with a pick, where's my pick? There it is. They'll have these tabs. Every single one of them has it. And if you just come in here and pull that tab outwards, or come in here and stick your pick in there, pull it upwards, away from it, and then you can just pull on the back side of the wire. It's actually really easy, and once you get a hang of it, you just blast through it. But yeah, I'm gonna take all this out, go to the car, take all of those out, and then just swap them in here as I go. Alright, so now I'm taking apart the other fuse box, and for these, you literally can just take all the fuses out and then take a pair of pliers or something and just pull this part straight out, and that'll give you access to all of the little pins in here. So what I would suggest doing for this, whenever comparing the two fuse boxes, because you can see right here, the main reason I want to switch to the 2016 up style fuse box is that it is very much smaller. There's a little size comparison there. So it'll fit in the engine bay a little better. Might even be able to tuck it away, I don't know. But I'm going to try my best to get this done. I haven't seen anyone else do this, which I don't know why you'd ever do it unless you're weird like me. Alright, so according to the fuses, this fuse right here is for the fog lights. So I'm going to be deleting all the wires from that because I'd like to clean this up a bit. And I deleted the fog light wires from that side of the harness. I'm going to be deleting them from here too to clean it up a bit. Alright, so a really helpful tool for this is startmycar.com or whatever. It has all the fuse box information, and you can click on each individual fuse and it tells you what it does. But there's 4 10 amp fuses right here. The top 2 are for the fog lights, right and left. So this fuse connects over to those with this wire, so you should just be able to delete these. These wires, they all go to the fuse, they all go to the fog lights. So all these could be deleted out of there, I think. So what I'm seeing right now is the wires for the fog lights are actually tapped into this right here, which is the high beams, and I'm pretty sure that's because they use the same switch. So what I'm gonna do is cut this wire off and just tape it to the other one, since I'm deleting the fog lights. I tried to do it just taking one out and putting it in the other fuse box, but it's just hard to get to. So the way I'm doing it now is I'm getting pieces of tape and I'm just writing like high beam and then which pin it goes to. And then I'm zip tying the clump of wires, and then I'm just gonna do that, take the fuse box off, pop the new one on. Should be pretty easy, but then I gotta get to this wire and clean it all up. All right, so as I'm going here, I'm noticing some things, putting the new fuse box in right now. If you're going from a 2014 car, 2015 car to the new fuse box, there's not enough slots for the big fuses. So the door locking is actually a 20 amp fuse on the newer fuse boxes, but it's a 30 amp big one on the old cars. So what I'm going to be doing is swapping it over to a 20 amp located right here. That'll save space so I can pop another 60 amp in there for the ignition switch, I believe. But so far it's going pretty smooth. This fuse box is way more compact. You can see it uses like metal strips to distribute power instead of the OEM fuse box, or the older one using wires. Alright, so I got the fuse box fully swapped. I made a whole new diagram. I can make that in AutoCAD and release it later if really anybody else wants to do this. I don't know why you would. It's way more work than you think, just to save a couple inches on this. I had to cut off like every single connector for all of these was different. Every connector for all of these was different. And a couple connectors for over here were different. If you know what you're doing, you could probably get it done quicker, but there's a lot of discrepancies with how it's connected. Like this doesn't have any power cables in it or anything. Like you can tell the difference. If I grab this, just the way it's all routed is completely different. But so the main functions are pretty much the same. So I'm gonna get this fully boxed up and show you what it looks like when it's done. But I believe this is the first ever fuse box swap on a Ford Fiesta ST, like old gen to new gen. Again, I really don't think anyone else is gonna have to do this. I didn't have to, but I was just bored, so yeah. Alright guys, there it is. The swap is fully done. Got everything in there. I just doing the cleaning up of the wires right now. Redoing all of that. Looks super good. Did gain some length here, so I'm gonna have to tie that, tape it off, but pretty happy with how it looks. Saves me a good bit of space in here for my split second box and boost controller and all that stuff, but don't think I'd suggest anyone else doing this. It's not really worth it. If I'm being honest, it's a lot of stuff and it might not even work. We don't know. Just want to give you a little tip that a lot of the times if your car doesn't have all the options, there's going to be wires that aren't being used, and that's so you can add them later on and it's easily accessible. But yeah, you can just delete them and save quite a bit of space. Yeah, see, half this connector is not even being used, so. Can't remember what I've recorded, but I've pretty much redid all of it. Made it look super clean. I'm still figuring out what I want to do with these fuses, because I'd like to be able to just come straight in, go right into the fuse box, but we'll see. I've cleaned everything up, got the new fuse box in, redid all these wires, made them look all nice. Just finished the chassis wiring. Look at that. Have everything ran. This wire is going to go to the alternator on the engine harness, and then this is for the watt box, so I'm just going to wait on those for now, but everything else is done. Fuse box is in. In here, I relocated the power distribution for power steering and all that. You can see the wires come into here, and then this wire is for the power steering, I think, but these wires, they go all through here, back into this box thing going on here, and then this goes to the fuse, and this would go to the battery, wherever I want to mount it. Yeah, don't worry about that, but I don't know what I recorded last, but it's probably not this far into it. Got the engine fully in the car, got turbo and stuff set up. Alright guys, so to end off the wiring project here, this is how I have the ECU mounted for now. Works pretty fine. I've driven in the rain, no issues. Fuse box, no problems. It's pretty much snip and then just literally match up the wires. I have a full breakdown on how I did that, full wiring diagram, so I'll link that down below. But yeah, I just have everything like this for now. Works pretty good. I'll show you how I have my mega fuse. Don't mind the dirt. This car is not clean or anything. It's just a race car. So here's how I have the mega fuse. This goes to the alternator. This is the power steering. This goes to the fuse box, and this goes to the battery. Oof, don't look at that. So yeah, I'm sure I'll be upgrading this in the future, but for now, this is how I'm gonna leave it. 2016 fuse box swap on a 2014 Fiesta. Works perfect. Pretty easy to do. So yeah, if you want to see more projects, like and subscribe. See you guys.